The damage here is almost unbelievable, and I'm going to show it to you in a second, but I just want to let you know we are still waiting for an update on the 2 people that were injured in this fire, and once we know that, we'll be sure to update this story. But in the meanwhile, I want to show you this damage because it is extreme. It is like nothing I've seen before. We're going to pop out of the way, and you can see this room right here. The roof is gone. The walls are gone. Go a little bit to the right of it, and the roof has caved in entirely. Are there any cancellations or delays or anything like that? And they said, nope, you're entirely wrong. This is good for us. And I'll tell you why. Because essentially, people aren't going to the beach in this weather. They're looking for something to do. And hey, there's a lot to do right here. There's about 65 vendors, all sorts of food and crafts. Just look at this amazing paella. It smells incredible. I wish you could smell it. Now this should have been the front door. You can see it is completely boarded up. The roof completely melted. You could see under it like the wooden planks that were covered in the siding. That siding is now on the floor. This is the warehouse of the Harry Chapin Food Bank. Right now you're looking at several million pounds of food, but if this government shutdown continues, these shelves are going to start to look a whole lot emptier. It's your money, and how much of it are you spending on student loans? Now, you might not have paid those in a while thanks to the forbearance that went into effect for federal student loans back in 2020. I wanted to come out here to Charlotte County where some of the coldest temperatures are and speak with people, see how they're handling it. And honestly, I got some mixed responses. I got some people that are embracing the cold. They love this weather, you know, and it doesn't happen that often, so they're just sort of taking it all in. You might have heard that Amber Alert sound off on your phone about an hour or so ago. It was for a 2-year-old girl who police say was kidnapped earlier this morning. Homeland Security, with the help of Cape PD, executed a search warrant at this home here on Chiquita Boulevard in Southwest 30th Terrace. I'm senior reporter Emily Young, and I was the first reporter on the scene to speak with the family that lives inside, and they told me it felt like a war zone.
Hallway, top 1 track.
We were woken up at 6 o'clock in the morning to banging on our door, shooting at our door with these flash things. As there's lasers pointed at my head, green lasers pointed at my head. So I don't know what's going on.
More importantly, Anna Giancola told me she didn't know who the men outside her home were, and she couldn't understand what they were saying.
I tell my wife and our children to get on the floor. I go to the front door, and there's a tank in my front yard. A tank in my front yard breaking down my door.
On their Ring camera, you can see a metal tool used to smash through the front door, opening a gap big enough for agents to get inside. As agents filed in, they put a piece of tape over the Ring camera and tore out another camera.
Tore this camera completely off.
I was freaking out, and
8-year-old Mia, her 3-year-old sister, and her baby sister all woke up to the chaos. Through the smoke and shouting, the family emerged one by one with their hands in the air. Among them, the man agents were looking for, 72-year-old Joseph Giancola, Anna's father.
Put me in a car, they put my wife in a car, they try to ask us questions. At the same time, we don't even know who has our kids.
Anna says it was a long time before the agents even identified themselves. They told me they were there to serve a search warrant. They say Joe Giancola made threats against law enforcement, including ICE, over social media.
Apparently they wanted my father. For some reason, I'm assuming something stupid he posted on Facebook.
When they left, she says the place was ransacked. Cupboards wide open, drawers emptied, and agents walked away with several duffel bags filled with evidence. The Giancolas tell me their home doesn't feel like home anymore.
I just don't feel safe right now because, like, with the door broken, I feel like
I'm gonna fix it.
Hurt us.
Now the Giancolo family is left to pick up the pieces, literally pieces of the door, pieces of glass from pictures that fell off the wall, pieces of broken camera. Now Anna tells me a new door is going to run them $1,000. Federal agents did leave a claim form for the family to list all the damages done, but they say it sounds like a long-winded process, and they got to fix this door ASAP. In Cape Coral, Emily Young, Fox 4. This dilapidated building right next to me was once the epicenter of African-American life in Southwest Florida in the 30s and 40s. It was listed in the Green Book as a safe haven for African-Americans traveling through the country. This was where you could listen to live performances of the King of Jazz, and one of the only places where you'd see mixed races actually dancing together. I'm senior reporter Emily Young, and just looking at this spot, you would never know any of that. And that didn't quite sit right with one organization.
These are all taken off vintage photographs that are available.
The history of the murals painted outside McCollum Hall is just as colorful as the walls themselves.
And this is an actual picture that we were able to find of people sitting out here playing along with the musician that was inside.
Picture this. It's 1940. And Louis Armstrong has to get from the West Coast to the East Coast to perform in Miami Beach. He uses the Green Book to help him find a place to spend the night and ends up here at McCollum Hall. Its owner, Buck McCollum, strikes up a deal with Armstrong and many other famous black musicians that will forever shape the city's role in African American history.
You guys could park your vans on my property, but you got to play a few tunes in my event center.
B.B. King, Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington, they all also made this deal and performed here to packed audiences. Those that couldn't afford tickets would listen outside along the wall.
A lot of them would bring their own instruments and play along. It was kind of like a backyard barbecue happening outside.
But as the years went by, McCollum Hall and its surrounding property became a thing of the past, empty, untouched, for years. That is, until Shari Schifrin, the executive director of the Fort Myers Mural Society, drove by it.
I come to work this way, and this wall was covered with vines, dirty, moldy, green, but to me it just looked like a blank canvas.
The Mural Society got to work researching the history of the place, and boy, did they find it.
This lady recognized herself in the picture and drove over from her nursing home, had a driver bring her over to have her picture taken in front of it.
The Mural Society tells me they brought these particular images to life to breathe life into the space. And they tell me they hope that this spot will one day again be the epicenter of life in Fort Myers. In Fort Myers, Emily Young, Fox 4.